My wife and I bought this Smallholding a few years ago, and it was pretty run down and needed a lot of work. So when I'm not busy doing my normal carpentry or blacksmithing work, I'm always doing some sort of project around here. So one of the side projects I've been able to do this year is get this retaining wall in. The bank was really starting to erode and slip off, and the track up above was getting much narrower. Putting this wall in enabled me to bolster the bank and then widen that track out a little bit up above. And here it is in July, and it's all planted up. It's a mixture of flowers and garden herbs. The bees love it. They're here all the time. Next year I'll kind of work on getting a nice blend of perennials and annuals going, and I just kind of threw things in this year, but it really adds to the space. And every year I try to expand the vegetable garden a bit so that eventually we can start market gardening. This year I added a couple raised beds out of old barnwood, but the key in the UK is to get a polytunnel in. A traditional polytunnel is orientated north to south, but I wanted to try something a bit different and built mine east to west with a heat retaining wall on the north side to capture more warmth. I started by digging the base down a couple feet so the rear wall and bed would benefit from the natural ground warmth. Then I just built up the rear wall and the raised beds in the front, and it's been really successful, producing far more than my other garden spaces. Another project was the front garden, which was really overgrown and neglected. First I dug in some paths and put down some gravel, and then I put down some plastic in the beds to kill all the weeds. Once it was warm enough, I seeded the lawn area to get some nice grass growing, and near the end of summer I replaced all the plastic in the beds with landscape fabric and wood chips. So it's looking much nicer now, and all that's left to do is plant up the beds this autumn. If there's anything you'd really like to see around the place, or have questions or comments, please just leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.